All right. Here we go.
Are we at a wide angle?
We are at
Can you see my beautiful face?
wide angle. Now we're looking at you close.
Thank
Looking at
heavens.
a PowerPoint presentation of the three of us right now.
For real, though. Yeah, like somebody wrote it in a notebook and is just flipping through the pages. Uh-huh.
We have a producer one, too.
Want to
now.
see? Look, I might even look like the Flash. I'll end up in some
No.
Well, congratulations
There it
to our
is.
viewers. The color is great today.
Yeah, the
It
color's
looks really good.
fantastic.
Sorry, you can't actually see my mouth move while I'm speaking. Welcome to the show today.
That's the bigger
BTC
issue, isn't it?
is $27,640.
Ouch.
Ethereum is $1,845. Another ouch.
And they're kind of just
It's
level right now.
it's
They're
one of
just
those
not really
days.
fluctuating.
Yeah, it's
one
I
of
mean,
those
I guess
stabilizing.
in the
Yeah.
long term, that's kind of a good thing, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that what we
well,
hope for?
We'll see what happens. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
It's almost like I could start day trading this stuff
I mean, I know an app that can help you do that.
soon enough. You'll tell me.
So we have a couple things to talk about today. We've got a piece that Nicki actually wrote that
did.
will be a fun conversation. And then I wanted to catch us up on what's going on with the SEC and Coinbase.
Yeah.
As I read the CoinDesk page, it was really messing with my head just now. Coinbase, we talked about it 2 episodes ago when none of the audio came through. But
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, no.
That was actually, it was a really fun
it was
podcast.
one of our
too.
best episodes.
It really was.
Zero audio.
Lots of banter.
So Coinbase dragged the SEC into court and said, hey, you've given us this Wells notice. We want to comply with whatever you have to tell us, and you haven't told us what we've actually violated. So they took them into court and said, hey, they have to now respond, right? They have to tell us what we've done wrong. And so I'll just read this real fast. U.S. court orders SEC to respond to Coinbase allegations within 10 days. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has been ordered by a U.S. court to respond to a cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase's complaint over how it applies securities laws to digital assets. The Third Circuit Court of Appeals said in a Wednesday filing that the SEC must file its response within 10 days. Coinbase may then file a response 7 days thereafter. Coinbase last week argued that the SEC is providing insufficient regulatory guidance for U.S. companies operating in the crypto sector, saying that the commission must, at a minimum, set forth how those inapt and inopposite requirements are to be adapted to digital assets. If you'll remember, the last time they talked during the hearing, they said, maybe it was before the hearing, they were like, what, we need regulation to follow. And they were like, well, all the financial regulations already exist.
Yeah.
They just pretended that it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, or pretended that it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. The crypto exchange referred to a 2022 position asking for formal rulemaking within the digital assets sector, to which the SEC is yet to respond. The 10-day deadline ordered this week refers to the SEC's requirement to provide a legal basis for why it has not responded to the position. So they're not even asking for a response to the judgment or like a response to the response to the judgment. They're asking specifically for a response why they legally don't need to respond to the request
Dude,
to
that is-
respond.
A response for a legal response?
Yes.
That's sick.
Okay.
So that's where
makes
we're at
sense.
right now. Coinbase has been attempting to launch a preemptive strike against the SEC, which said in March it expected to sue the exchange over allegations of offering unregistered securities products.
So did they just make this ruling, this week? So when's the 10 days start?
Yeah. When is this deadline over?
So that is as of May 4th.
May 4th.
It's
Okay,
midnight.
so it's,
the
I
night.
mean, we're
Ooh.
right there,
So we're
halfway
halfway in.
through.
Is it business days or just days?
That's a good question.
It's
think
always
it's-
business days, dude. This is the government. Come on.
Well, that
There you
makes
go.
me think it's days.
It should be days.
It should be
Yeah.
days. I imagine by the 13th, so this weekend, they need to have a response by this weekend.
Peace
so
out. I fly out on the 13th. I'm gone.
I'm gonna miss you, buddy.
Are you going to miss me?
Congratulations.
Thank
Can't
heaven.
wait to
Thank
see
you.
for
Appreciate
the
it.
thing.
For listeners, he's getting married.
He's getting
I am,
married. Brooke,
yeah.
Brooke is getting married.
I'm
It's
getting
gonna be
married.
Very
How
cute.
fun.
Yep. It's happening. We made it.
So proud of
Almost.
you.
Almost.
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Exactly.
jinx it, man.
Don't jinx it. Knock on wood. There's wood under here.
So yeah, we are with Coinbase and the SEC. We are at a spot now where we still have a while before we actually find out where this is going to go. We're going to play this stupid game of like, we want you to respond. You have to tell us why you legally don't have to respond, and that like we're going to do this for a little while, and then we'll actually get into the crux of the argument, which I'm really looking forward to covering. Honestly.
I am too. I'm excited to hear what the argument is from
Yeah.
SEC. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly am genuinely curious
Yeah.
what their concerns are and what their stance is, because they haven't said anything.
And truthfully, Coinbase is excited to hear what they
Yeah.
stand. You know,
Coinbase
that's,
has
that's
been
the
like,
whole
Yeah.
point.
We've been waiting for years.
We would
And-
love for you to tell us.
Yep.
And on top of that,
Please.
we're like hyping this up. We've been following this now for like a month.
Yeah.
It's like they better have some answer just for our sake.
One would think.
What a disappointment it would be.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Stupid if it
Yeah, I
They
know.
just roll over.
So with that, we'll keep people updated. This is definitely interesting to us. As soon as we get more information, we'll make sure that we bring it out. That being said, let's move on to the next little bit. We have this delightful article.
Yes, this is a great article. This is what everybody's really wondering about.
So
I bet.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So for those watching later, past when we actually post this, recently there was another run of another coin,
Meme coin specifically.
meme coin
Yeah.
specifically,
Pepe. Peep.
Little Pepe.
Pepe.
Little peep. Little peep.
Pepe did like 138% in 20 hours or something. It was
Yeah.
wild.
That's
he had a
wild.
really good day.
It was a really good day.
Dude, Sponge. I jumped in on Sponge real quick because I was like, hey, if I'm going to lose something, might as well lose it on this.
Yeah.
And bought in. It was like, I think it went up like 5,000% right off the bat. And I should have
Jesus.
just cashed, but I was like, no, it's going to go to 25,000. Like, we're going to, yeah.
How far up are you now?
Right now, I think I'm up like 30%.
Okay. So
I'm
it's
still up.
definitely
I got
retraced.
in. Yeah, I got in like before the floor,
Oh, nice.
which was good. So,
This is one of those things where so I have, during COVID, we all kind of dipped a toe in COVID, I think. I was doing a little bit of day trading on a few things, not just crypto assets.
I was doing a lot of Forex.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I have a cousin who lives down south who basically he had quit his job and took his very last paycheck and put it into, what was the coin going on?
Was it Shiba?
It was Doge.
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 Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
So,
original meme.
The original meme coin.
We love
Yeah.
it.
So he basically quit his job. He took his last paycheck and he threw it in Doge.
Dang.
And he was like, hey man, I'm doing this. And like, this is during the AMC,
Yeah,
GameStop,
right.
all
Yeah.
of that, right? 3 weeks later, I catch him on Halo and we're talking and he was like, bro, so that paycheck that I put in is now paying for me to go to surgical tech school. And it like paid for his entire certification.
That's
He's now a
sick.
surgical
Nice.
tech,
Good for
you
him.
know.
And he had the
Not-
mentality to go and put it into school
Well,
and not just go buy a sick
Thank
car, right?
God, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no Lambo?
Yeah, no Lambo. Why
I
not,
feel like
dude?
that's the traditional.
Yeah, come on.
Throw it in three other meme
Purchase.
coins and see what
Uh-huh.
happens.
Yeah.
So this is the issue with the meme coins, is that sometimes you will actually pay out, right? But it is, to your point, straight up gambling.
Straight
It's-
up gambling.
It's straight up gambling, but like the payoff is so worth it.
When it
Right?
pays.
What?
It's so worth it.
But-
When it pays, though. Yeah, no, but right. Well, no, but this is even better than those odds, right? At least it's better than 2 to 1.
No,
Maybe.
No, it is
No.
not.
Okay,
Absolutely
if
it's
I
not.
go in, no, hold up. If I go and invest in let's call it 20 or 30 meme coins, right? Let's say I just put $100 into each one of them.
Each one of them.
$200,
Okay.
whatever. Okay, money that you're willing to separate with.
Yes.
Okay, one of those is gonna bull run.
No, it will not.
One of them's gonna bull run.
Yeah, but
hey,
like a 1% chance that one
Hey.
of those
I've
Well-
invested in one meme coin.
and it hit and well, so your luck is run out. Like it'll never
that
work
it?
again. Yeah.
Okay.
like
Well, shoot.
statistically.
You did it.
Darn
Yeah.
it.
This is the pinnacle of your trading.
Yeah, I know. Well, who would have thought that Pepe would have
It came out of nowhere. Like that one came really fast. And now if you look on crypto Twitter, people are all like, all right, what's the next one? What's the next one?
Yeah, everybody's looking.
Because, the hype gets so big when these meme coins have big runs and people take huge gains. But you have to remember, when people are taking huge gains on these, that means a lot of people are losing
a
money.
lot of money.
Yeah. That means some people are left holding the bag when the price goes back down. So there's going to be winners, but there's going to be losers. The equal amount. Probably more losers than winners, really.
Well, it's really hard to throw any money into them unless you're willing to lose quite a bit because the gas fees are so high.
Yeah, ETH right now is ooh.
Yeah, well, I was even trying to put more into Sponge, and it was I think it was $75 just for
the gas.
Yeah, just for the gas fees. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I was only gonna put 75 in. It's not really.
Do they have a bridge to Polygon?
No, ETH. It's an Ethereum thing. I don't know how that works.
Sometimes they'll bridge it.
Oh, okay.
You should look into that.
I just might have to.
This is actually my curiosity on the SEC's argument, because are we investing in meme coins, or are we paying out on them?
There's literally zero value to them too.
Right,
if you talk about illegal,
even in Pepe's documentation, Pepe specifically says this is
A joke.
Worthless.
It is a joke.
Non-utility
this is a
coin.
joke. Yeah, I even looked it up and I was like what stands behind the coin? And it literally says
literally
nothing.
Yeah,
They admit it, but it's the same as people used to collect Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And I don't think the SEC was getting after a bunch of middle schoolers for that. And
Right.
then we would trade them, and you'd get open
Yeah.
a pack, and
Oh,
there
yeah.
was a foil one or whatever it was,
Right.
and you're all excited.
I'm just gonna tell you, a foil Year 1 Charizard has genuine value over a Pepe coin.
Well, but this
How
is
so? Same thing.
yeah, but
Same
that's
thing,
also
utility.
that's more similar to an NFT, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, where an NFT, but it's odd that why can that hold a value in
Well, this is the thing about markets, is things only hold the value that everyone agrees
People are
on.
willing to
Yeah.
pay, but with meme coins, it's pure speculation. Literally,
it's pure social media hype.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yes. Whatever Wall Street Bets is about to pump, that's the way to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Huh?
If you know the
Yeah.
mods, then you're in a good
Wait, so
position.
what did we? Yeah, talk
Yeah.
to us.
So let's talk about these meme coins. Do you
okay.
want to read to us your article? Is it weird for you to read your own words?
it might be. I don't know if we want to read the whole thing, but we can kind of just go over kind of
Yeah.
the talking points, maybe. I
Yeah.
kind of go over what are meme coins, and it's definitely meme coins are cryptocurrencies that are literally based off of memes, which are the internet jokes, as I like to call it. And they have now, you can make a token with the same name as an internet joke, and that's it. That's all it is. There's nothing else behind it. We could go make one right now.
Surprise Pikachu
Yeah,
coin.
I literally saw a video the other day, and it was how to make your own meme coin.
Well, yeah,
and it was literally a 60-second video.
I started making ERC20 tokens in 2018.
Oh wow!
Literally, it's very simple. I have
Yeah.
a few that I've just
It's why
I
not?
don't know if we can swear on this. Of just shit coins that
Yeah.
I've just made just for testing and for fun.
I love
It's
that.
not hard.
Yeah,
Me too.
You can swear, by the way. Brooke swears, and it's funny.
Can we swear?
yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
We're
We-
in
we
Utah
cuss all
County.
We
the
are
time.
at work right now.
Yeah, we're at work, but at the same time, it's
But I can't help it.
I think the door is locked, too, so.
It is. That's true. The door's
nobody can
locked.
walk in and
We're
catch
good.
you saying anything.
It's okay. I swear a lot in all the other meetings, and people just deal with it. But anyway, and then so really my article was kind of because there was a lot of speculation on, oh wow, with this Pepe meme coin going crazy, is this going to kick off the next bull run? And a bull run is it's just when the whole market is going up, which would be awesome. We love a bull market. But yeah, are meme coins going to be the catalyst to kick that off? Because we've been kind of in a bear market for a fair amount of time.
Yeah, things have been good.
But
And that's kind of the general consensus, right? Is that this is going to kick off the bull run?
No.
No?
No,
It's
that's
not.
the-
I
Okay.
submit that it will not.
You do. Okay. I mean, all the social media posts I've been seeing.
I disagree. Really, what I think it. I mean, okay. I'm a crypto degen with the best of them. I love
it.
a speculative DeFi situation, but for the market as a whole, does it bring a sense of like professionality and seriousness to the industry? Absolutely not. So so what might, people like a bunch of teenagers and weirdos and people on crypto Twitter are going to get on and start like buying these coins, trading, but are serious investors with actual institutional wealth going to buy into the crypto industry because of Pepe?
No.
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 No. In fact, it
But-
probably
but-
scares them away.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So what's going to drive the bull run? Is it going to be a bunch of teenagers with $100?
I think it sparks interest, and so you just get more
Yeah.
volume
It does
Sure.
all
spark,
around.
like,
I think that's a
community
pretty
interest.
yeah. I mean,
definitely not a bad thing in
Mm-hmm.
that way, but you're right. Is it quality over
right,
quantity?
or is it stupidity
I don't
over knowledge? Right, like I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people are going to see all these meme coins blow up and think, oh well, maybe I should get into Bitcoin and Ethereum too. Those are more stable coins in
Yeah.
their eyes, right? Even though they're not stable, they're stable
Yeah,
coins,
more-
but they're
more
not stable.
They're more stable.
More stable.
More stable.
More
But it's like,
stable.
but they're not going to have any kind of timing or anything. They're just going to go and purchase.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Which
no
is
one's
good.
trying to
Yeah,
time it.
which is good, right? But and then if that fluctuates at all, now all of a sudden your Wall Street billionaires are going to start throwing money at it.
Except for
I think it takes a couple dummies to make the smart people kind of
I
act.
hope so, but I worry that with how ridiculous it is, and people like post about Pepe, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, or whatever.
Right.
It makes the serious money people, like people that are running hedge funds, people with actual money, be
Yeah.
like, we are staying away from that because our investors are
Right.
60-year-old rich people.
Yeah.
And they don't want anything to do with this.
We're in
trying
a
to grow 401ks over here.
we're in a weird spot though. Like where else are they going to throw their money? Stock market's not doing well.
Well, it
Gold
depends on
and
the
silver,
stocks.
like gold and silver is starting to tank again, right? Like really the only thing that really kind of makes sense to put your money in is into a stable coin because
I like to think of it as a hedge against inflation, not
Right.
necessarily stable coins, but like the big kind of blue chip cryptos,
Right.
Bitcoin and Ethereum,
Yeah.
and the ones that are, in my opinion, not going away ever.
yeah.
Right. And that's kind of the way that I try to hold them as well. I don't really look at it as me investing in something that's going to cash out later. It's me putting money into something that hopefully is more stable over time than the dollar because I'm losing faith in the dollar
Yeah.
quickly
How long ago did you get into crypto?
in the last 24 months.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nikki, you've been in it forever.
2015.
2015. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I was like day trading meme coins during, I paid some bills during COVID.
Right, there you go.
But I wasn't into it until recently.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What about
I
you,
only
Brooke?
I only recently started getting into it. I mean, I bought, so I had my cousin, I think it was back in like 2011, had told me, yeah, dude, I just threw like $300 or no, I threw a couple $100 into Bitcoin.
In 2011?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, cause what was it at then? I'm not sure if it was 2011. He told
Like
me
a penny.
each coin was, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, then it was later than that.
Okay.
Cause he said each coin is about $100-$200 right now.
Still.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and he's like, yeah, I threw a couple $100 like into Bitcoin and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what that is. I was like, that's cool and
I
all.
know.
I never did anything with it. I had a buddy of mine also, he bought a bunch and ended up purchasing, I think I said this on the podcast that dropped out, but he purchased a longboard for like 3,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Right. And I was like, oh, wow, that's sick. But then a couple years later, I had like thrown some money into Bitcoin before it went up to, what was it, 40K, and then it hit its 90K max.
67.
Oh, is that what it
I
was?
think
70K?
it's like 69.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
be
That's
honest, like-
awesome. That's sick.
Of course.
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
70K
I think
max.
That was the top.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I put some money into it before then, but pulled it out before it ever went up. And then when it got up to, I think it dropped back down to 30, I put more money into it. And then that's when we had a full bear market. And now it's been
Now it's been
years
holding
since then.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was high 20s.
But it was
for a
all,
minute.
it was always only Bitcoin.
Okay.
In Ethereum, I never really, I was just like, oh, well, Ethereum isn't worth that much, so why would I put money into it? I was like zero knowledge.
Yeah.
Nothing. But I never threw any money at meme coins. I should have.
That's interesting. I know. Sometimes I think about that, and that's a funny comment because I've gotten that before, where people are like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna buy Bitcoin because it's too expensive," and I'm like, I don't think you understand.
They don't get it.
I'm like,
they don't understand.
You don't have to buy
a whole coin.
Yeah.
That is my goal this
yeah.
year.
A whole coin?
I want one whole coin.
You want
As
to be
you
a
should, yep.
one-coiner?
Yeah,
I was watching TikTok the other day, and this kid's on the street, and he's going up to people and saying, do you want one Bitcoin or $100 in cash right now? And he's going up to like guys with their girlfriends, right? And so
my
their
God.
girlfriend, like most of their girlfriends have no idea what a Bitcoin is. They're like, oh, I'll take the $100 right now. And he's like, what? No. Take a Bitcoin. She's like, that's one bit of a coin. Why would I want that?
Oh. We have a long way to go.
Yeah.
We have a
It's
long
like,
way to
oh,
go.
well, I mean, $27,000.
Yeah. So, well, let's continue with yours.
Okay.
So, we were talking about what meme coins are, right? They're shit coins.
They are.
They're shit coins, yeah.
Though, I mean, every once in a while you'll have a shit coin that like Tesla's like, yeah, we'll take purchases in Doge.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
And all of a sudden it has a use.
Yeah.
And has a market.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
and that's
one
why Doge is kind of, is it considered a stable coin yet or no?
No.
Never
not at
will
all.
be?
You keep using the term stable coin. What do
I
you-
don't know what it means.
Okay. I was
All I know what a stable coin means is that it holds its price relatively well compared to everything else.
So it's actually
Am I totally wrong?
So an actual stable coin has an algorithmic value. So like it's specifically tied to the value of a fiat currency. So
Okay.
you'll have like USDC. And its whole job is that regardless of what the market is doing, buying and selling that coin,
Yeah.
it had the
It's
they
attached.
hold
It's
enough.
tethered to the...
Well, and so in order to do that, they hold enough that if they see a bunch of people selling, they'll do a bunch of buying. If they see a bunch of people buying, they'll sell it. Their whole goal is to keep it pegged
To keep
To a
it pegged
dollar.
to the
to a
dollar.
dollar. That's right.
Oh, okay.
So a stable coin
So
is
a stable coin
specifically
is
built-
tether USDC. Okay.
Yes.
or
So
whatever
what-
other currency.
What would you call Bitcoin and Ethereum? And those are obviously
I don't know.
categorized
We should
different
actually
than
send
like...
an email to the SEC and see,
and ask
Are they a
them.
security?
I don't know.
Are,
is it
commodity?
a commodity?
But there are different names for these coins,
I
right?
usually
Yeah.
just refer to them as like the blue chip cryptos, which is
Okay,
kind
it's
of
like-
a term.
I
Like
like
a blue
that.
check.
I like that.
Like it's just like more established
Yeah.
and trusted.
And Doge is not considered a blue chip at this point.
So the most recent thing to happen with Doge is
It's so
that
ridiculous.
Elon changed the icon for Twitter for the app to the Doge.
Dude, I love him.
And
It's
then they had
awesome.
like a
Like
2-day
spiked,
run up.
yeah.
for a little
I'll bet.
bit.
Yeah.
He had some pushback from that. Like there was some
He did.
investigation of it wasn't
Yeah.
insider trading, but it was like the vibes of
Yeah, he did. And
manipulation.
Yeah.
and then he changed it back and he was like, ha.
Well, and what's funny is right after that, a couple shit coins came out.
Yes.
Dogelon Mars, Dogelon, yeah, just Dogelon Mars, a couple other ones.
Yeah,
I'm like, shoot, should have jumped on those right when they were released.
right when they launched.
Uh-huh.
So this is
So
one of those
silly.
things where it's like we're in a weird time in our economy, in our markets in general, where like you can just kind of ride some hype for a bit, and it's still a gamble,
It is 100%.
Absolutely.
but
it
you
is.
can ride that hype for
A
a bit.
worthwhile
and-
gamble.
Yeah,
It's a gamble you can sit on forever.
maybe. I mean,
Not forever, but for a long time.
Oh,
It's not
it
like
can
a...
go to zero.
it will eventually go to zero with
Yeah.
no utility. That is my thought.
Yeah.
If you can't use it at some point, it will go to zero.
Right.
So what's a bull run, Nikki?
A bull run is when the market is going up. So yeah, there's just in markets in general, there's the bears and the bulls. Bears is down, bulls is up. So a bull run is when all the crypto is increasing in value and everyone's all excited, everyone's buying
You
in.
check your Coinbase and all the tickers are going up. Yeah.
The green lines keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
We love a green line. We're feeling happy. We're in the news a lot.
Yeah.
As we all love it. And then, eventually things can't always go up forever. And so it's going to come back down. but it's really fun when crypto's having a bull run for sure. There's a lot of hype during those times, which is it's good and bad. You know, again, we're gonna get a lot when there are bull runs. You get a ton of the meme coins going on. But I feel like every time it happens, it kind of settles. We like settle somewhere a little bit higher, like with a little bit more adoption, a little bit like more
The
utility.
floor gets raised just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and the more
Notice that.
adoption, conceivably, the more stable it should be, right?
Yeah.
If you have a good bull run, you get another, 5% of people holding on to it. Hopefully, it doesn't wiggle so much on the next one, right?
That is the hope. Yeah,
That's
that's
the
one
hope.
that's one thing, people hate about crypto and like talk down about it is just it's so volatile compared to like stock market, which I mean, it definitely has its ups and downs, but it's a little bit more stable. Like you're not as worried that it's gonna like 100x and then go down 1,000%.
Right.
And crypto
Unless it's
that happens.
AMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So except for when people on Reddit are messing with the markets on purpose.
We found out these guys are on a short position. Let's everybody buy. Let's go.
GameStop.
Which I freaking love, by the way,
Yeah.
because it's like everyone pile on and fight against institutional money, which
That
Those dudes
was actually really cool. I
Those
love
dudes
that.
had to like talk to Congress.
yes. Oh my gosh, did you watch that?
Yes, I did.
And he had the kitten poster in the background that said like just hang on. Like
Dude, it was so good. We should probably play that sometime just for the fun of it.
You should.
But like to your point, it's always been funny to me that the description that Wall Street, the New York Stock Exchange, is just a meter on rich people's feelings, right?
Absolutely.
And then the crypto exchanges are kind of the meter on the people's feelings. It's that those forces in conflict.
Yeah.
Old money doesn't really want in on new money.
Well, they don't want because they didn't get in,
Right.
and so they don't want it to take over because they're not in.
Right.
I find like that's the thing I love about crypto and kind of why I got into it in the first place is really the democratization of capital. So much of institutional money is already locked up with like in the top like 0.1% of people.
Right.
We can't get our hands on that. It's literally like offshore. They're not spending it.
Right. It's not even
Like,
taxing right now.
They're just holding on to it, and we get left with scraps. And like crypto's our opportunity to kind of flip that narrative and flip that economy and give the value and the wealth back into the hands of the people who are actually going to spend it
Yeah.
and use it
Yeah.
and benefit.
I think an important. What's the timestamp right now?
The timestamp right now is
We're really fucking with our immersion right now.
27.
Now we're in a show again. 27.
2747. What's your background in crypto? Like, what do you? Yeah, because I don't think we've said that on show yet.
You're right.
Yeah. So I got in
I
in
think it's important.
2015. It was Overstock.com spun up a venture company kind of to do some R&D on blockchain technology. And I was doing, I have a background as a backend developer, and I was doing like defense contracting, which is the most boring software development of all time.
Yeah.
There's just so much red tape. It was awful. And I was just really bored. And me and my buddies from college that we got our computer science degree together, we'd meet up like once a month and get some beers. And one of my buddies had become one of the founding engineers of this new blockchain incubator and was like, come work with us. And I was like, awesome. So I went over there. So it was under the Overstock umbrella, which was nice because then our paychecks were guaranteed and a little stable. We had
consistent.
benefits. And,
Right.
but we were kind of separate and doing these really fun things. And this is 2015. So really before like smart contracts and Ethereum became a thing. So as that happened, I got to be kind of like on the cutting edge, learning smart contracts and Solidity as it was happening when there was no documentation or it was really bad. The compiler wasn't versioned, so it could change underneath you. It was a complete nightmare. But it was awesome. It was really fun. And
That
so
would be a fun time to be a part of.
it was just wild west coding. Like you're literally like reading the compiler to try to figure out like what is happening because there was no documentation. Real fun. I have like PTSD. Like, but it was really fun. And so
They're
then
happy scars.
there were scars, but it was really cool. A really cool opportunity for sure. And then I have a bunch of patents in that area for smart contract standards, specifically around digital securities. That's kind of like the project I was working on back then.
Oh, that's sick.
So, really getting into like, okay, what if crypto is a security? What would that look like? What are the rules? So anyway, good times all around, and that's kind of my background. So I was, on the developer side, and then obviously since I was in the industry in 2015, I definitely bought and was like, well, I'm sticking around forever now. Like, I'm in it.
Right.
Like, and then, so I was there for a few years. Then I went to TaxBit to head up their blockchain software development projects. Did that for like a year and a half, and now I'm here.
When you got into smart contracts, were you specifically interested in Ethereum?
That was pretty much all there was. I mean, Stellar also
Oh,
had
Stellar
it,
Lumens,
but it was a much smaller community. Ethereum really was digging in and taking off as like the leader in the space, which I think we've seen now. Which
is obvious,
that's maintained. So I think I made a good choice going with Ethereum over Stellar.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You and Spencer are probably the most knowledgeable in this space people I've ever met. There's really not a whole lot of them.
I mean, it's still a really new technology.
It is, right? I mean, only since, what was the very first one? 2008, right?
2008 was the white paper.
Was the white paper for Bitcoin?
Yeah.
So it's a new technology, and when you have technologies that are new, you also have like new culture surrounding them, and that is still kind of being fleshed out. There are the hodlers, there are the Wall Street bets guys, there are all the meme coins. Like, it's still trying to figure out, and chances are, truthfully, because of how decentralized it is, this is kind of the point, right? Is that we split these out into all kinds of communities, and that are still able to leverage the same stuff. This is actually one of the things I find so interesting in smart contracts and Ethereum, is that it's more than just the BTC. I mean, Bitcoin's cool. Like, what it does, awesome.
Great
the ledger,
store of value.
Yes. But the abilities that Ethereum has, I've been curious about, like the fork, the branch, because now that we're into staking, over what, if any, effect that has had over like the way that smart contracts run or things like that. Is it just based on the trade, or?
I mean, it just changed how, like, the change from proof of work to proof of stake was just changing the underlying consensus algorithm. The EVM, which like the virtual machine that runs the smart contracts, remains the same.
Okay.
So really smart contracts were not affected.
All right. It was further downstream.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I wish I knew the difference between the two.
We worked on it a little.
Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
Between the two.
We should.
So, because you keep saying smart contract.
Yeah.
I understand what that means.
Okay.
Bitcoin doesn't have one?
No.
They kind of do now. It's not the same.
Okay.
It's not the same thing.
It's not built natively into the protocol.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to
We should
get into
probably
that.
like do a whole day on this.
We should. We should
could.
do a full podcast on like what gives these coins utility,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like what makes them what they are.
Yeah.
Like, as far as I know, Bitcoin is just because there's such a finite amount of them, and that's why it became so valuable.
Well, there's a finite amount of altcoins.
Of all of them, right?
Yeah.
But
the main
was it because it's the first comer? Like it's
Yeah. I mean, it was
Right?
the first one.
Yeah.
so.
It was the first one, and its whole thing was to validate that data exists. Like that's essentially the math. Is every computer is trying to validate. Do you know what a checksum is?
Nope.
So the idea is you look at a piece of data and you get what's called a hash.
Okay.
And this comes up in all kinds of. It comes up in video games. Comes up on websites. Like a hash is just the
breadcrumb, right?
It's more like if you had a series of 12 breadcrumbs that you could put together into an entire web page. Like the idea is you can summarize any bit of data into
A hash.
a little encrypted bit. So what Bitcoin does is we have a bunch of computers trying to figure out the hash of any given block of data. And so it's just working on the math, and then when one actually happens, it goes, hey, you actually figured out the math, here's a coin, or a fraction of a coin.
That makes sense.
Right. And so that's what the proof of work, that's the work that's being done. It's looking through these bits of data and trying to figure out what the math problem is to validate that actually exists.
Okay. Yeah, we need to do a full
Yeah, let's do
podcast on
it.
this.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Like
That
for
sounds
real,
good.
I think the next one we do, we should
That sounds
dive
awesome.
into that deep because a lot of people ask me, like, I know high level how they work, but like when you tell somebody, they're like, yeah, that still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny because like a lot of these things are pretty, fairly common. You know, if you, I mentioned games before, if you ever like play any like games as a service or use software as a service software, you'll see in like the Adobe Creative Cloud when it goes through and checks your versions on stuff.
Right.
It's actually it'll download updates and it will summarize that into a checksum.
Oh, and it gives you that
and it'll
that
say
hash.
checking the hash.
Oh,
It's
okay,
the
yeah.
same kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it's we're not making new technology. We're just leveraging it in a way that's
We're
never been
tracking
done.
it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It
It's
is cool.
So Bitcoin is that. Ethereum has its own thing going on. It's not quite the same, especially now that we've split into proof of stake, which is I have this much and I'm going to hold it right here so that it's really one of the hopeful effects is that it stabilizes the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's new.
That is new. That's recent.
Right.
That's recent. Now, proof of stake as a concept is not new.
Mm-hmm.
But having that as like how Ethereum works, that's
Right.
definitely new.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and like, I don't know, the proof of stake stuff is interesting because it's, I mean, I'm holding on to a bunch of coin and doing that is what's giving me the network says, hey, you're still holding it, here's some more. It's kind of like an interest.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like an interest-bearing account.
Yeah.
Right.
An APY.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
But not until the SEC says so.
Of course.
That's-
Of course.
Yeah, be
so,
careful with your
Let's leave
words.
it all up to them.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Have you noticed? Can I just tell you? I'm so impressed you're wearing a jacket in this room right now.
It is hotter than sin.
This is actually like lighter
hotter
weight
than
than you
hell.
think.
It doesn't look that lightweight.
It is super lightweight, and I'm always cold.
Okay,
Are you?
that's good.
Yeah.
You're telling me this actually feels good. I haven't eaten in like 2 days. I'm doing a
'Cause you're-
water fast.
Oh,
He's
for
trying
Like
the
legitimately.
wedding? To get ready
No,
for the
not
wedding?
for the
Trying
wedding.
to look
Oh.
good for
I was
Greece,
like,
are ya?
Yeah, I wish that
in
was
the
it.
tax, like,
So there's a ton of really good food in Greece, but most of what they serve is stuff I can't have because I have Crohn's disease.
Oh, that's terrible.
And so for me, I'm like prepping my body so I can eat whatever I want and drink whatever
So
I
you're
want.
just purging right now.
Purging. Yeah. I'm just like making sure everything's solid,
good luck with that.
and then we'll go out there
All
and
right.
mess myself up.
Good. Yeah, let us know how it goes.
I'll let you know.
So he'll be back. We'll probably see the fallout.
Yeah. When you're back,
Yeah.
we'll give you a good interview about it.
Yeah, let me know.
That's good. So, yeah, we were on meme coins. We're talking. That's the thing is that as far as the marketplaces go, and this is actually part of the issue. The truth is that meme coins kind of make dealing with the SEC a little more complicated for people like Coinbase because they're like, we're not doing securities. This isn't investment stuff. We're trying to. And then we'll have 300 people on Reddit that are like, guys, let's just put $1,000 each
Yeah.
in on this one wild coin and see what happens.
I mean, there's pump and dump
Yeah.
Telegram groups.
Yes.
There's like where
Yeah.
they people plan and they do it, drive up the price and then dump
And then
like
sell
sell
it.
it.
A lot of influencers were doing this towards the
Yeah.
beginning of meme coins, right? They
Yeah.
were building a coin, promoing it, and then
Yeah.
selling off.
Yeah.
Now, those people
That's
should
pretty
definitely
blatant.
be sued.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
There's
So there's definitely a line
Yeah.
where
Yeah. We
we're
all
like,
have a
okay,
line.
that is illegal for
Yeah.
sure, but we're trying to figure out where it stops.
Right.
Yeah.
And, it's interesting because, like, even you have built a couple of play coins, right?
Sure.
Part of it is a learning experience. And,
Yeah.
and I think that should be encouraged, generally.
Yeah, I don't feel like I created a security that I need to go
Right.
register.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but you're also not trying to pump it on Twitter right now.
That's true, but maybe I should.
Maybe you should. Yeah. So again, we'll see where these things end up with the SEC. I think it's going to be pretty complex, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Regarding what ends up being legal. What it's frustrating because if the legislature knew what they were doing, they would give us the opportunity to come and talk about this with them, right? It would be an actual discussion instead of whatever it is now. Let's let the courts decide.
Yeah.
Boo. Boo.
Boo.
Or let the regulators decide.
Regulators, mount up.
So those were the two things I wanted to talk about. Do you guys have anything on your mind? Tell me about your day.
I'm trying to think if there was any other things that I saw on social media. Anything? Oh, have you guys seen anything about all these like AI coins?
Like projects that are like, oh, we're doing AI on Web3.
Yeah.
No.
So there's been a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I just kind of spread out and got into a bunch of them.
Okay.
I don't know if any of them are even valuable though.
Yeah, there's definitely, I feel like, a push right now to like combine Web3 and AI.
It
And
seems like a
okay. I mean, I think buzzwords,
Okay.
that's what I say. It like from the sound of it, it sounds like they should.
Yeah.
but
Do they?
But in practice, like, what does that mean?
How?
Like,
Yeah.
how is that like? What's
In
the
what-
company?
in
Tell me
what way?
tell me the use case.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a couple, like there's one called The Graph that I think is one of the more popular
I've
ones
been
that
in
you've
on
probably
the graph
heard
for a
of.
minute.
But
Yeah.
the graph is not just this new thing coming out.
No, but now they're backing it with an AI
Yeah.
business framework, I think.
Really?
I've heard they're gonna start dabbling in that, but they're bigger than just hype
They
of
are, yeah.
Web3 and AI.
One of the
Right.
things,
Which-
there are a bunch of like side coins that are kind of in that space where like there's one called ICP, which is the Internet Computer Price,
Okay.
or International Computer Price, I forget. Which for me, the thought is it's supposed to be pegged in some way to the price of computers across the planet. So as AI
Okay.
gets more uptook,
Yeah.
the price of computers might go up, right? And so people are like, oh, this we might speculate on this one. There's all kinds of like
Interesting.
weird things that people think that they can speculate on,
Yeah.
and
And somehow tokenize it.
yes, exactly. And it's like, I don't know that this is even close to.
Well, it seems like it's getting too playful. Like it's
Yeah.
getting too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like meme coins, but
It
I feel like
is. It's a similar idea.
it's a similar idea, but it's not shit coins. It's like I'm trying to back this with value, but why?
But why?
We haven't
And
figured
what
out.
is it?
There's no
Yeah.
point to it. There's no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking into for a little bit, like what is it, Tether Gold? That's tethered to the price of gold. Which I'm like, okay, and it says that they actually hold a reserve of gold.
Oh,
Do
interesting.
you think have they
Which-
passed an audit?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? I'm like, I don't know about that. Is it in Switzerland? I'm sure
Yeah.
it is.
I could also say that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Just don't ask me to prove it.
That's so. Just don't ask me to prove it. Anyways,
Uh-huh.
that's
like
the only
that.
thing I got. You're
Okay.
welcome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we did a good job today. We have. I really think we should come in and like do a.
A full breakdown,
yeah,
because
I
I
don't know
would
that
I would
it's-
really like to get into the weeds on that.
Yeah, and I don't know
Okay.
that it's like an intro to. It's kind of like a episode 2
Yeah,
type
it
of
is.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's a worthwhile conversation, just to talk about maybe the origins of both of those. Even if we just stick on blue coins, like the
Yeah, blue chips.
blue chip coins, like we just talk about the ones that we engage in,
Yeah.
how they work, what they're for, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
It'll be really fun.
Let's do it.
And that being said, hopefully we'll be able to have some Q&As going on with our viewers around that time. We're going to start getting these streams lit up. So in the meantime, those of you who are listening, if you have any other questions on top of what we're going to talk about with Brooke, please let us know in the comments on on YouTube.
Your friendly neighborhood rookie here.
This
You let
is-
me know.
This is good. Again, thank you so much for listening today. We will have all of our links to our other shows, so please recommend us to a friend. Leave us a review if you can, and we really appreciate it. We'll be back very soon. Thanks so much.
Cheers, fam.
I'm wondering if we are just eating up all your processing power or something while I was trying to do.
Oh, see, yeah, that
A little bit better, but
is it. Yeah,
it
see.
still kinda sucks.
Nice.
It's crazy that you can like throw a ton of money at something and still not have it work.
Yeah,
I mean, it
Right.
works.
it works. doesn't work
to
great.
Not
well.
work as intended.
I wonder if part of it is the reflection we're getting, and then it's
It's
having
trying
to
to cancel
process
it.
that.
Yeah.
I think if we put those tiles up already,
Or throw one of those guys on top of the TV just to see if it covers it.
Is there any glare coming off of the paint? Did we ask for a matte? This is not very matte.
It is not matte.
yeah, we asked for Matt, but that didn't play.
That's absolutely not a matte. No way.
Hey, patience is a virtue.
I have to be paid for patience.
So do I.
Both of you guys currently.
Yeah.
That doesn't look as bad as I thought it would.
Okay.
It's a fitted sheet.
It's a fitted sheet.
That's what that is.
How are the colors? How are the frame rates?
It's like the same frame rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, it just got a tiny bit worse actually.
Oh no.
We just put more black, less light.
Yeah.
Well,
This is a trip watching you spin in this chair with
Yeah.
Oh.
3 frames a second.